What up? Welcome to Coding Life as podcast, where we discuss things to do with tech, tech news, new technologies, and those solutions that affect our society in one way or the other. And of course, we are with the mics. So today we're going to discuss if I know most people in tech will understand. Is it okay to learn like multiple programming languages at once, or is it okay to pick up one, perfect it, and why is it okay and why it is not okay to do the latter? So if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, I think this is the time. Kindly do so.
Hit the right button.
Hit the like button and also hit that notification bell for us to know that there's someone out there who's listening to us. And if you want us to improve any part of our podcast, any segment of it, put that in the comment section, and we'll do just that, because whatever content we are bringing to you is crafted for you, and it's supposed to help you. So let's go. So what do you think, Mike, is maybe from your point of view, what do you think of someone maybe who is trying to venture into tech? Because at first, it's very confusing. When you're starting to learn and when you're starting to pick up programming, you don't know, you even don't know where to start. So most of the time you find yourself picking more than one language. Today you're here, today you're on PHP, tomorrow you're on Angular, the other day you're on Node, the other day you're on Java.
You're taking what is trending.
Yes, you're taking which is tomorrow you're on React. So what do you think from your point of view?
From my point of view, I think when you're starting up, you should take a language that really connects with you. Simple, the one that you feel that is simple for you. Like you are learning fast with it. Like the understanding how you are taking concept, it is sticking. But when you go the other way around,
you're picking so many of them at once.
Because at the end of the day, all the languages are all the same. The concept is the same.
To some extent,
but I think the first time when I was starting up, I was the same. I used to take everything that came into my mind.
The hot language that is in.
When I hear a story of a person who is good at Java,
you want to learn.
I want to learn Java. When I hear a person doing React, I want to do React. And that's why there's a podcast I mentioned, a friend of mine who does Laravel. And when I was starting, I used to do Laravel. And one day we sat down and he told me, he was open, by the way. He was open. He told me, you know what, Mike? If you cannot do something from 1 to 10, you're not building yourself. You're just you're doing repetition, which is not good. And you won't see that improvement.
So for me, I would say it's pretty much the same. But going on a single, maybe picking a single specific language. I know at first it's tough because you really don't know what you want. So you need an anchor, someone to like guide you, and I think that's why we are here, because we need to we are guiding people on maybe how to do things. I think, like, for me, I started my journey into tech with PHP. Yes, at first I had issues, because you'd find me today I'm on PHP, but tomorrow I'm on Java. The next day, because I've heard somewhere that there's something called Flutter. There's another language called Flutter. I want to do that, and it was a challenge, because when you mix. Not all of them have the same syntax per se, because you'll get confused to some extent. So I learned that when you're starting your career in programming, just identify a single programming language, and it's always okay if you're in an organization, pick one that is in the organization you're working on. If you have a job per se, maybe you have an internship, or even an attachment per se. So just pick that specific language and stick to it first. Don't complicate things that I want to learn this. Don't be a jack of all trades in programming. Just do one, stick with one, and just perfect it. And I know now it comes to a point that when you're perfect in a specific programming language, it's easier for you now to transition to another one. It's very easy. Like for me, I started out with PHP, then I shifted to mobile development. Now PHP is a web-based. So I shifted and I picked up Angular and Node.js. Yeah, which was okay. I won't sit here and say it was an easy transition, but if it was different from when I started PHP without any other language knowledge per se. Yeah, so I would just urge anyone who's just thinking about picking up tech, just identify one language and just perfect, because ideally all these languages are supposed to solve like one thing, which is a problem. Because if you, whatever, maybe for example, if I'm building maybe a website, whatever I can do with Angular, if it's a website at website level, at web level, I can still do the same on PHP. The only difference is the mobile part, because now you see one is, so there are those that are made for web and other that are made for both. So just pick a specific language and just push with it. Yeah, and me, I've come to learn that when you're learning, you see, when you're teaching yourself personally to code without any mentor or just doing it the hard way when you're in an organization or a given task, it's pretty hard. You see, it's pretty hard. So that's why most of the time you'll find yourself juggling between different languages, because now you've done one. And then it comes to a point, you see, every language has the introduction part of it, which is pretty easy to some extent. But now it comes to a point where every language has now the logic part of it, which is now where you have to think outside the box. And if you are a lone ranger per se, and maybe you don't like challenges, you'll end up running away from that language. And you are not aware that all languages are like that.
I feel like for those guys who are in school, and for those guys who have come from school, we are taught different languages along the way.
Yeah.
And I feel that it gives us that perception of weighing both sides, which is which. Like, I remember we were taught C, there was C, C++. And when we were finishing, we did JavaScript. So I think when you are exposed to different programming languages, you kind of know where to anchor yourself based on your knowledge and your experience with the language you have had, and the hardship you experience when you are doing it. So I kind of feel like it gives you the anchoring part when you do different programming languages. It gives you the anchoring part to decide. To decide which one I'm going to proceed with it.
Which is okay. I'm not refuting that. I agree with it. You see, learning, like right now, for me, there are those languages that I'm okay with, the ones that I am proficient in, that I work with, but I still venture into others just to see. That's okay. But you see, the one thing I have an issue with is you deep diving into different languages at once. You see, you want to be a pro in 5 programming languages at once. Yes, experiencing is fine, because now that will show you what you're good at. Maybe you know, people per se, you don't know if you're back-end engineer or front-end engineer when you've not tried different. When you tried both sides. So I'm for it, for you to venture and just experience, which is okay. Just sample, and now you'll see. You'll at least have the basic knowledge of maybe multiple languages. But when you want to be proficient at a specific language, just pick one, identify it, and be good at it. Just dig deep.
And what do you think? How far do you think you can learn a single programming language? Can you give yourself like 3 months, a year,
that depends.
For you to be proficient in it, so you can say that this is my language?
That depends with someone, because you see, everyone has different IQ levels and
Learning
understanding, and the learning curve is different for all of us. I feel like there are those that even there's someone who can even do it in a month, and trust me, they can do anything in that language per se. And there are those that can take a year. And I feel like for me, when I started Angular, it took me like a year. It's even like 8 months, 7 months for me to now work comfortably with it. But a different curve with PHP, which took me like 2 to 3 months. Actually, 2 to 3 months. You see, these different. It also depends with the language you're trying to pick up. Because if you have maybe a low learning curve, you can't tell me you'll take a month and be a Java guru. How?
There's no way.
How? And you know how Java is.
Mostly
the learning curve for most people is slow, because it's a bit complex. It's a bit complex. So I would say, if you want to learn, just identify one language. Preferably, if you're in an organization, pick the one that is mostly used, because you see, that will give you the challenge part of it, because you'll get tasks on it, and you'll be able to challenge yourself. Yes, you'll sweat. You'll sweat it out, but at the end of the day, you'll come out victorious, and
there will be those light bulb moments that you cannot forget.
And you see, we did an episode of that feeling that comes out when you have achieved something. You see, so you have to you have to challenge yourselves, because if you now hop, you'll end up not even learning, and you'll not have that the enough knowledge that is required for maybe someone to hire you on a specific job description or whatever. So you should just pick one, identify which one. I would say, yes, I'm saying you should pick one. But if you're okay, and you can maybe do like a both front end and back end, but you shouldn't surpass 2 per se. Yes, 1 is the best, because now you'll be a master in it. But if you feel like you want to become like a stack developer, you want to do both back end and front end, pick 2 and don't exceed that, because it's going to be an issue. Now your learning curve is going to, if you're juggling, say Node.js, you want to do Express, you want to do Adonis, you want to do Loopback, which is it's going to be an issue. Just pick one. If it's Express, pick Express, which is Node.js.
And I think
a framework.
How you are saying it, it is really kind of carrying some weights. It means that when you trying to handle everything at the same time, or killing 2 birds with 1 stone, it really means that it goes to that podcast that we are saying that it can give you
burnout.
Burnout.
And burnout comes in that way. If you're just confusing yourself, it might be a factor, because now you're trying to learn so many things at once, and you're not even okay with one. You see, so just perfect one. And then pick up. It's easier. It will be easier to transition from one to multiple. It will be so easier. Like transition from PHP now to Angular was a bit easier. You see, so just pick one, be good at it, and sure, you will have those light bulbs moments, and you will enjoy the journey of tech, and it will be fun. It will be so fun.
Do you think the people who surround us play a big role when you are choosing the first language that you are going to carry forward with?
Yeah, they do, because now if you're learning something new, you need to put yourself in a community first, and you enter into a community that are the people who are doing the same things. It doesn't have to be physical people around you. You can join an online community, which they help. You can do those webinars that come, and people are teaching each other on different things. Physical praise, there's a podcast says, like, that physical connection is big, and it helps, because now this person is able to connect with you and explain to you. I think we covered that on our previous the one we were doing, introduction of curriculum into our lower schools. So if you want to have a sneak peek of that, just head into episode I think it was episode 3 or 4, if I'm not wrong. So head into that and listen to what we have to say about building your career alongside the community, which is so thank you for sticking with us again as we cover that specific episode of how you navigate learning multiple programming languages. So if you've not subscribed yet,
this is the time to hit that the red button.
And like our videos, and if you have any even negative critique, just add that to the comment section. And we will follow up and improve where we're supposed to improve. Thank you guys for always being there and listening to our content. And also add a comment, positive, negative. We'll appreciate. And also follow our Spotify account at Coding Lifers, and at Instagram and Facebook at Coding Lifers. So see you next time. Cheers.